Welcome back to 3SN, everyone, for the road to the Final Four. In this series of podcasts, we break down every conference tournament. We look at the bubble teams, we look and see who's going to get the automatic bids to the big dance. You can follow us on Twitter at 3S Network to get all of your latest sports information, and of course, www.360sportsnetwork.com to get all of your bracket input so you can get that championship bracket filled out. I'm James Dotson, and today we want to look at the Big 12 Conference. The Big 12, of course, being the one with 10 teams in it this year. And in the Big 12, there are, amazingly, 5 teams that I can definitely say are locks into the tournament. And that is the top 5 seeds: Kansas, Missouri, Iowa State, Baylor, and Kansas State. You gotta look first things first, though. Baylor going downhill. I don't like their chances in the tournament. I don't like their chances in the NCAA tournament either. They have just not played well as of late, especially, and that's why I think Baylor can be an early upset, especially to a Kansas State team who is just playing lights out right now, especially under Magruder and Samuels. 15 points per game for Magruder especially. The Wildcats just are always a tough out. No matter what they do, they sometimes lose the little games, but when it comes to big-time games, look at their games against ranked opponents this year. They won at number 10 Baylor. They won at number 3 Missouri. And they also won at home against number 6 Missouri. They swept Missouri this year, and not many teams are going to be able to say that. So keep an eye on Kansas State. I actually have them going all the way to the title game in this conference championship. Texas is the bubble team to look at for the Big 12, and because of that, I think that they're going to come and play with a big gusto beneath them. They do have a very uneasy 19-12 record in overall, 9-9 in the conference. Their 21st ranked strength of schedule will help, but I think what's going to really hurt them is the fact that they have to play Iowa State to start out. And if anybody knows, I love what the Iowa State Cyclones have been this year. They all score. I love Christopherson. I love the transfers, Chris Allen, Chris Brab. And that's not even their top scorers. Royce White leads the team with 12 points and 9 rebounds per game. Not to mention 5 assists. Leading assist man, leading point man, leading rebound guy. Also leader in assists and steals and blocks. So he does everything. And he's the one you hear probably least about out in Iowa State. But the thing is, Iowa State has won also the big games this year. I see them not only winning their first round game against Texas, which might knock them out, but I see them posing a huge problem to Missouri in their next game, in their semifinal matchup. However, I've loved Missouri too much from the start of the year to the end. I can't go against them. Missouri and Kansas State in what will be an exciting championship game. But you know what? Missouri's high-powered offense is just too much to overlook. The Tigers went 27-4 this year, averaging just under 80 points per game, and that's just tough to fight with. And especially what's impressive is that how many assists that they get per game. 16 assists for that team every time that they take the court. Denman and English, averaging both over 14 points per game, lead the way, but again, everybody scores. Ricardo Ratcliffe, 13 points per game. Michael Dixon, also 13 points per game. And Phil and Matt Pressey are both getting solid minutes per game, averaging in the single digits, but still quality points, 6, 8, or 9 points every time that they take the court. You can't buy that sort of talent, that sort of depth. And that's why I see Missouri going really deep in winning the conference tournament and heading deep into the NCAA tournament. Well, that's it for the Big 12 update. You can follow us on Twitter at 3S Network and 360sportsnetwork.com to get anything and everything you need in terms for filling out your brackets. For 3SN, I'm James Dodson. Have a good night.